If you're a mid-handicap golfer looking to lower your scores, hit more greens and get that handicap down, then this video we are talking about how close you should be hitting the golf ball. If you want to get those scores lower and lower in 2025, then you need to look at improving certain areas of your game. And guys, if you are new to this YouTube channel, then welcome to the channel. If you want to hit that subscribe button and join us on that journey to 50,000. And guys, if you're a regular viewer of the channel, welcome back. But today we are talking about how you are going to improve this winter. How are you going to lower your scores? How are you going to hit better iron shots, hit better wedge shots, and get the ball closer to the hole? Well, let's think about that, because expectations are often a little bit higher than they should be, so let's talk about those. Now, if we talk about 100 yards here, we've got 100 yards here on the Golf On Simulator because outside currently we have 6 inches of snow. So how close should we be hitting it from here? Well, to put it into perspective, if you're a scratch golfer, on average, you'll be missing the green or hitting the green 50% of the time. So if you're looking now at this video and thinking, well, I'm an 18 handicap golfer, I'm a 28 handicap golfer, I'm a 5 handicap golfer, you need to think about that. You shouldn't be expecting, like we all say, people want to stand up from 100 yards every time and hit it within 10 feet. But realistically, just like that shot there, a good shot, but it's gone around to 20 feet. And we're going to be talking about averages on tour, because that is really, for me, where people start to understand how close you should actually be hitting this. If we can start to think about why are you missing the green and how we can improve your technique, just hitting the green from this distance is going to help you lower your scores. If we hit one more green in regulation, strokes gains will say that you will lose or you will save 1 shot per round. So if you can think about it, if you're missing, let's say 10 greens around, if we can make that 8 greens around, there is potential for you to lower your scores. And I know there will be a lot of you behind that screen thinking, yes, but then I've got to putt, and putting isn't my strength. We're going to talk about stats incoming week for putting, but how close should you really be hitting it from 100 yards? So like we said, from this distance, a tour player on average is hitting it to 17.3 feet. So again, they're not hitting it inside 10 feet. And yes, you'll watch Sky or you'll watch your whichever TV channel you watch your golf on, and you will see all the shots going nice and close and them tapping them in for birdies. The percentage over the season is 17 feet. So obviously, don't start to beat yourself up here. Start to be more realistic. What is realistic for you? And do you practice this part of the game? Do you actually go onto your driving range and hit to a 100-yard target, or to maybe even a 50-yard target? Because if you can improve that part of your game, we're going to start to see your scores lower. Because after all, if you are missing 10 greens around, we need to get this part of your game a little bit sharper. If we can get you hitting it on the green and getting out of there with a 2-putt, you are saving shots and going to get that handicap down. So think about it. What club are you using from 100 yards? Are you hitting something that maybe you can't get there with? Again, we're in the winter now. We've got snow outside, so we won't be playing for a while, but the ball is not travelling as far. So if you are able to play in the winter, if you're in Australia where it's your summer, think about it. Your clubs, how far are they going? Yes, it's nice and warm there, so right, does my ball go a little bit further than it did in August and July, for example? So start to know your numbers, start to get your distances, and start to manage your expectations. That is just from this distance here. Have we got an excellent? Ooh, it's on the line.
Excellent.
Not too bad. You can see there each took 3 or 4 shots to start to get one close, and that's where, again, my average over that will probably be close to that 17 feet. So on average, I'm not going to birdie everyone. I've hit the green, luckily, but how does it go when we go further back? And there is only one man to bring in now. That is mid-handicap Dave, because he's a 13 handicap golfer, and where does he think, or how close does he expect to hit it? He's a prime example who's probably going to tell me from every distance that he expects to hit it with inside 5 feet. But let's talk about those averages. So let's bring Dave in. We've moved the Golf On back to 120 yards. So Dave, from 120 yards, what club do you normally use?
I'd be using a 9-iron, Chris.
Okay, 9-iron, and
think.
you think?
But
Perfect.
According to Arcos stats, my Arcos stats, I'm short on approaches most of the time, so
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
So we'll see. Obviously, Dave's normally short, and again, percentage-wise, I'll put that on screen now. You can see Dave's miss tendency is short, which again, a fantastic app that Dave uses. So 9-iron from here, but how close would you expect to hit it or want to hit it from here, Dave?
Well, I want it to be right next to the hole. On a good day, I'd be thinking 15, 20 feet really, although that's probably wrong because we've already spoken that from 100 yards, professionals are only averaging 17 feet. So maybe my expectations are greater than I can perform at.
Yeah, so tour average, again, over a season is 19.4 feet. So Dave's already expecting to hit it closer than the likes of Tommy Fleetwood, Rory McIlroy. But Dave is going to come up now and hit this. I'm just going to zoom in on the 100% green in regulation percentage on the screen, and let's see if Dave can keep that up. So again, it's a fantastic shot there
Yes, is the
from
answer,
Dave.
Chris.
And that would be probably inside that 15 feet, Dave. So a good shot there. We can see that you lost your balance.
I did.
Well, let's hit a couple more now, because this is where obviously you've got to think. Tour average is 20 feet, so for Dave, we're probably looking at, 30, 40 feet will be good from here. But it's just about making sure he hits the green. Again, a little bit low on the face, but we can see Dave's trying to get that, and his tendency, as we've seen, is short. Two greens in regulation, so again, scores-wise, that would be good for you. Strokes gains would say your handicap's coming down.
Yeah. They are in regulation, but true enough, they're both short.
Yep.
Neither have got past the hole, and I feel like I'm trying to overswing, which is perhaps making me it go even less because I'm not in control.
That's it. They're not clean strikes, so this is where obviously Dave should really be thinking again out on the golf course now. Drop down to his 8-iron, go one more club, and swing it a little bit easier. As we know, if we swing that club a little bit easier, we should have more control on start direction, but also on that distance. So let's grab your 8-iron, Dave. And let's hit 3 shots with that and see if we can get to that number. Because again, averages say from all level golfers, the tendency is to be short. It's very rare that we get a golfer who hits the ball past the flag. So start line, a smoother swing, looks a lot more in balance. Straight away, Dave, you've nearly joined the excellent club. So this is where it's trying to make sure you get to your driving range and practice this. Pick a target and start to see how far a certain club is going. It's even cold in here today, as we know it is snowed outside. But one more, Dave.
But because I wasn't trying to overswing, I was in balance, and it's gone past the hole, and it's 4 feet away.
Yep, exactly. We've now got a good chance. He's keeping up the 100% green in regulation rate, so that's good. So Dave should be getting his handicap down. We can now see club selection is why Dave is not a lower handicapper than he should be. So we can see there, Dave would be inside tour average there because he's now picked the right club. We know that Dave's side-to-side dispersion is good, but it's his front-to-back that's costing him. But let's go a little bit closer, Dave, because this will be an interesting one. So we've now moved to everybody's hated yardage. That awkward 50 to 75 yards, so it's not quite a full shot for a lot of people. What do you do? Again, very interesting here that you'll see on screen, the average distance or proximity to the hole here is only just a little bit better than 75 to 100 yards by 0.2. So again, 17.1 feet is your average from here, Dave, and I know that obviously you would have been saying that inside 15 feet. How many times we've had that chat? Inside 15 feet from here is a good shot.
But I'd be still thinking inside 5 feet where I should be.
Yeah, and this is...
I don't take any notice what you say.
No, most of the time, Dave. So this is where Dave is pretty good in this area. This is one of his strengths of his game, but let's see what he can do. Can he beat that tour average? We're going to give him 3 shots.
Too big?
We can say that's a missed green. Dave's got that percentage now down off 100%. And this is, again, an area of the game that we don't see a lot of people practice. If you go into the driving range, this area of the game, those short targets, they're really going to help you lower your scores next year and get inside, potentially, those averages. But don't beat yourself up. It's not as close as you think. Again there, Dave, that's probably ran to 15, 20 feet.
Yeah.
It's a great shot. It gives yourself an outside chance of a 2-putt, but an outside chance of a 1-putt, but a good chance at a 2-putt even. Right, one more.
Go on.
Fantastic shot. There we go, Dave. Third time's a charm.
Trouble is, you only get one chance on the course.
So guys, you can see that expectations are something that you need to manage. We can see Dave got inside those averages when he got his club selection right, and he also then started to get those practice swings and feels. Yes, third time, unfortunately you only get one chance on the golf course. So make sure you practice that this winter. We're going to keep doing this with Dave over the winter, get every part of the game sharp, and hopefully towards those averages. We know as a mid-handicap golfer or a high-handicap golfer, you need to manage those. And we're going to talk through those, hopefully out on the golf course when that snow's cleared. But if you're enjoying the content, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button to help the channel out, and let us know what else do you want to see from Retired Dave.